This is Sparta!
Hello everybody and welcome back to World of Tanks. My name is Spartan Elite 43 and tonight we have our honest first look at the brick. Yeah. So let's go over the stats first of all. It's a 100mm gun. It can get up to 40 kilometers an hour. It has 350 meters of view range. Reload time is about 8.3 seconds without consumables and whatnot. You can drop that down. It's just... okay, so accuracy 0.38 meters at 0.38 meters at 100 meters. 190 average pin on the standard round, 247 on the premium round. 2.9 second aiming time. So, what do I think of it? Well, it earns good silver. It's a 50% silver bonus. So, that's a thing. But, as you're about to see, this thing lives up to its name. And I'm saying that out of more than just the bricks that are strewn all over the tank. You know, maybe that's their idea of some ceramic composite armor. It has an E50 Tier 9 medium tanks hull. It has a very small 100mm gun. It's got a turret of an IS-6. So in theory, should be an okay tank. But it's not. Now, I've done this before. I've taken a tank out, expecting one thing and getting another, and I've, you know, had some scathing reviews of tanks before. But as you can see, this T-69 has literally just worked me over. And it doesn't feel very good. This thing has armor. But it doesn't at the same time. It's slow. It's got a huge hull. The gun traverse is only -7 degrees because you've got a Russian turret. Or the gun, yeah, it'd be the gun depression. So you can't use it to shoot over ridge lines very well. So, despite how this match ends up making this tank look here in a little bit, I personally would not recommend this tank. It's not a good tank at all. Like, no joke. It is really not a good tank. And I'll explain why. I don't see a single redeeming quality of this tank. Not one. The Russian turret on top of the German medium chassis is just a bad fit because Russian turrets in general have bad gun depression. So not being able to shoot over a ridgeline and being as tall as that is just not a good thing at all. And then on top of that, having the E50's hull and then not having any mobility and making it a heavy tank, another bad thing. The bricks all over it are spaced armor, but it's in theory more than in practice. Yes, you can bounce rounds. This isn't about that. But I'm telling you that this is not a good tank. I apologized, you know, to those at Wargaming who loaned me the tank. I don't like to make the reviews, you know, negative. I try to avoid reviewing tanks that would be negative, but I was asked to review this tank, so I requested it, and whew, it's just not worth it to me. In my opinion, it's just not worth it. The gun isn't good enough to make up for the lack of mobility. I was mostly top tier. There's tier 9s in this one, obviously. You see the T95, you'll see the Conqueror later. There are tier 9s in this lobby, but you're not going to get much better than a T69 to shoot at, and I bounced off of it twice. Now, sure, you can say some of that is probably my aiming or lack thereof, but we're loading premium rounds for everything. Now this is a T95. We've got the side of his armor, so that's a good thing. And we've got a T34 just below us. Our Artie's in trouble, and there's nothing we can really do about it. Luckily, their Artie's not shooting at me, otherwise I'd be dead right now. But while the tank can bounce rounds, the only thing going for it is it's more of a support tank. Maybe if you had a platoon and this was the support tank of the platoon, it shoots fast enough that you can wait for it. Got him. And there it is. Left him with 28 hit points. Just enough to mess with me. But the gun fires fast enough that you can hold somebody in place. And that is a good thing. That would be the only positive that I can find with this. Yes, it can bounce rounds, but it's not likely. This needs something, whether it's a buff to the gun on penetration or a buff to the mobility of the tank. If it's going to be a heavy tank, the maximum speed is 40 kilometers an hour, but you're not going to reach that very often. Most of the time, you reach that going down a hill. Most of the time, you'd be lucky to hit a little over 30 kilometers an hour, and it's super sluggish to get going. All the weight of the extra bricks around the E50's hull is just not good. Not good at all. So, I will say this. Wargaming named this tank correctly. It is a brick, but that's about all it's useful for. You can build a wall if you put a couple of them together. In the right circumstance, like I said, I was in a match on, what is it, the War, Sacred Valley War, and it was a tier 10 match, and I was able to keep some guys tracked on the corner. I couldn't damage them. I was shooting premium through the side of their tank, through the front drive wheel, and I would keep them tracked, but I couldn't damage their tank. So here we've got the Conqueror. He's got a DPM gun. I've got a DPM gun. I put another round on him. I am hoping for one more bounce. Just one more. Nope. Denied. So, hopefully you guys have enjoyed this honest first look. I always try to be honest with you guys. I don't ever want to feel like you guys can't trust me. And so, sometimes premium tanks miss. And this is one of those times. It's not even the worst looking tank. That's the worst part. Like, compared to some of the premium tanks, or not premium, but mercenary tanks that we've seen recently, this is actually not a bad looking tank. It's just, it's not good. It's not good. And at tier 8, with that gun, it just feels so bad. Now watch this T95 completely fumble this. Luckily, the T95 is just a complete goof, because that Lycan was just sitting there waiting for it. He's like, wonder what'll happen when this T95 rolls down the hill and rams the crap out of me. And luckily T95 is stuck because physics. The Conqueror's dead body and the T95's inept ability just got himself into a world of hurt. And all this little T71 has to do is just reload one last time and aim a good shot. And there it is. Down he goes. So, yeah. What do you guys think of the brick? Let me know in the comments below. Personally, it's not for me. 2100 damage. 1 kill. So if you like what I'm doing, punch the like button. Leave a comment below. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And as always, I will see you in the next video.